Tech is filmed in front of a live canine audience.
All right, back in the Blue Barn. We're back with the Ultimate. Gonna have some more fun today. I want to talk cartridges. Want to talk joysticks. We're gonna have a little chat about SID chips. We're gonna have a little chat about the input-output and maybe some things that are minor design questions, packaging questions, I would say, with this thing that they made decisions on. But you know what's amazing more than anything else is I can pull this cable right here off my 1084S that's plugged into an existing 1980 Commodore. I can plug it direct in. I can flip the switch, and within just a matter of a couple seconds here, we're coming to life and we got a working screen. And there's nothing more amazing than that to me. We can plug an HDMI in and do this in our living room, but we can do both. We can hook it up to the existing stuff. We can hook it up to the new stuff, and we're gonna do some HDMI capture. I can flip a switch right here, hit my file browser, go to USB, and I can fire up a little Ghostbusters just like that. And that is what I think makes this thing so darn incredible. So we'll spend some time talking about it today. All right, let's start with question number one with this thing. For me, at least, is, you know, what I want to do with this when I first get it is play some games. And you know what it doesn't come with? It doesn't come with a joystick. And I'm gonna give them some credit because I can pop in the menu here and I can go down to the joysticks line and I can set my joysticks to be joystick emulation, as you see on there. And I mean, I think that's pretty awesome, but obviously that's not what we want to use it on. So I'm gonna tell you right away, Atari 2600, remember, it's the same format as this thing. It works just the same. I ran out to disc replay. I spent $5 on this thing. It's well worth it. It didn't quite fit perfectly, but you know what? It fits great once you get going. It works great. You pop it right in here. We got ourselves a working Atari joystick. Makes a world of difference. I know, you know, purists may say, I bought this to program. That's not going to be me. I don't have a program to type in right now, but what I do is want to play some games on it. This was well worth the $5. I'd recommend go pick one up. Check, check. It's the simplicity that just makes the joystick, even this horrible Atari 2600 joystick, just all that much more worth it, right? I mean, it's just easy to play this game. Oh wow, that was dumb. Okay, here's my next one. I'm gonna want storage on this thing. It's just a matter of reality. I wanna be able to grab it, take it, play some games and have fun. You look on the back here, you know what you don't have is you don't have a place for that SD card. I don't want a USB sticking out that pops here, and this is a design decision obviously they made not to make where I can get to the microSD card, but we need to take it apart. We're gonna take it apart for two reasons in this case. One, we're gonna put a memory card in it so I have some built-in storage. And number two, I wanna put in my SID chip because I've never had a chance to test the SID chip that's in my other broken 128 up above. So we're gonna go dig up there, pull out that 128, and we're gonna see if we can put the SID in here and give it a good test. I'm excited to have a machine I can test it in. Obviously, they had every intention in the world that anybody getting this is gonna take it apart. So I'm not gonna be any exception to that rule here. I'm not gonna get anything hard or challenging or fancy because all it takes is these screws right here. You know what, I don't like that screwdriver though. A little bigger? Yeah. We do get that. No plastic crack. I mean, I guess it is brand new, right? Kind of funny to take apart a Commodore and not get a little plastic crack. Get these front screws out. Now I'm humming Ghostbusters. See what happens when you spend too much time playing Ghostbusters? You start humming your little MIDI sounding file. Okay, what else we got? Is it that simple? We just got what feels like scary clips on the back. All right, what do you think? In 20 years, are we going to be looking at this thing saying, oh, can you believe the way they attach this? That plastic's going to break. Oh, I do love how it's labeled. All right, see, here's our challenge right here. Micro SD card. So we can turn a little more light on this situation. I don't know if that's better or worse. Micro SD is internal. So to put ourselves storage where we can just pop this thing in and use it at any time. So we've got an internal microSD. So we're going to have to pop that in, put a chip in there. We're going to go ahead and pop in the second SID chip, pop in the real physical SID chip. I love these zero insertion sockets. That is absolutely amazing. Pop in the SID chip because I've been dying to test it anyway, so this will give me an excuse. What a beautiful board. And then we'll, oh look, paw print. That's fantastic. We'll get it fired back up. All right, we are ascending to the attic of the Blue Barn, to the land of scary, scary things. Mac Plus, isn't that beautiful? I love that thing. All right, anyway, here is my 128. Not my 128D that's inside, but my 128 that obviously went to some sort of war with coloring. And I've never managed to get this thing to work. But it does obviously have a SID chip on it. So we're gonna pop that bad boy in and see if it works in the machine. I'm pretty darn excited to try it. I think this might be better without the lights on up above. I'm not great for soldering, but for you guys watching, I think it's better. You'll have to tell me what you think, but I'm gonna throw the SID chip in this in my retro chip tester real quick. Just wanna make sure there's nothing electrically goofy about it. I've tested it in the past when I've tested pretty much all the chips in this machine, but I do not want to get in a situation here where I end up blowing up my brand new toy because I put this 6581 in it, and that 6581 did bad things. So we got the retro chip tester set on 6581. Let's give it a quick test. Make sure we get a green light here. Come on. It helps if you hit the right buttons, doesn't it? Haven't had this thing out in a while. Testing, testing, testing. Come on. Ah, green light. Passed all tests. All right, so I feel better. I don't feel like I'm gonna have a chance at tearing anything apart. I like that they have the notch indicated on here. So let's pull it out of this zero insertion socket. We're gonna pop it into this zero insertion socket. And now we're gonna have a 6581 R4AR locked in here. So we'll have that physical SID chip to give a run, and then the next thing we're gonna do is pop a micro SD card, put this back together, and we'll take a run at this. Okay, so now we get this back together. That should get us some more features, right? So let's go up to our file browser, and we now have an SD card, formatted 16 gig FAT32 SD card. So that's pretty awesome. We'll be able to use that. Let's plug our USB stick back in. I actually forgot to do that. So I do like that it just pops right in, that easy. So let's take our copy of Ghostbusters, and I'm sure maybe a Commodore C. Oh yeah, that was easy, wasn't it? Should have probably read how to do that before I tried to do it here. Let's go to the SD card and let's try a little Commodore V. Look at that. So now we have the equivalent of storage on this thing, which is huge to me. Again, here's a question. You think they should have built that in? Should they have thrown in a little cheap SD card in the package? I don't know. I could make that argument either way. So the other thing we should see, is we should go to audio setup now, and I'm assuming SID sockets config. We've got our 6581 is showing as detected now since we popped that in. That's pretty amazing. So let's go ahead and enable SID socket 1. And we haven't tested that out, but we'll test that here in just a second. And we should be able to see if we now have good old analog sound coming out of this thing with the weird SID hybrid chip. Kind of a fun oddity looking at the meters when I have the physical SID chip, and the physical chip is much louder than the emulated SID chip. I can just see it on the bars upstairs on the capture device up here. That's pretty fantastic. But you know, all in all, definitely worth getting a joystick. Definitely pop a micro SD card in so you have some storage. Question whether those things should have been included, whether I should be able to access the micro SD somewhere. I don't know. Awesome machine. Grab it, hook it up to something physical. Love it on an old, beautiful monitor like this. Plug it right into HDMI. Poof, you got an HDMI output. You can watch it beautifully anywhere. Easily put USB on. I love the Commodore C, Commodore V to copy things. Absolutely just amazing blend of old and new. They really have made this the friendly world of computing. I can't complain about that. One more thing, just for fun. Haven't tried it. I wish I had a better cartridge than Speed and Bingo Math, but it's what I got. Haven't tried it. Let's pop in a physical cartridge here and see. Let's switch you guys over. Boop. Switch this thing on. Look at that. Oh, look. Okay, I did not plan that, but you gotta love, I am your friendly computer. Let's play a game of arithmetic. I mean, again, no complaints. Love it. Everything they've done with it is really pretty fantastic. So we'll move on and maybe we'll do some more with this, but regardless, I'm having a great time with it.